Hey everybody, welcome back to the garage. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please go ahead and click on subscribe and also click on the bell to receive all the updates and activities on my channel. Also, don't forget to check me out on Instagram. So for today's project, we are going to be installing the Polaris RCA heated shield plug for the Axys sled. This also applies to the Adventure. Essentially, Polaris made it relatively easy for everybody to install this kit. I say relatively in the sense that Polaris provided the necessary electrical connection and the wiring on the sled. All you have to do is purchase this kit, do a couple odds and ends, drill a hole in the cover, and that's it. You're done. So with that being said, stay tuned. I'm going to show you what we did to get this installed. Pretty straightforward, not that complicated. So let's get to work. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the cover from the bars. And the way this is held on, it's just held on by a couple of plastic tabs. Just grab it with both hands and it'll come right off. With the cover removed, what you need to do is you have to put a couple alignment marks so you can spot your hole. Right? So from Polaris, what they want you to do is they want you to measure 1.860 inches from this feature line over and then 0.86 inches down. So the easiest way to do this is get a set of calipers, and what you can do is you can set your width, lock it in, and then scribe it, and then loosen it up. Right, you get the gist. And then scratch it again, and then you'll have your marks, right, like so. Alright, so now that we have our marks scribed, we have our center line of where the hole is going to go. Let's go ahead and drill the hole in it. Okay, so to drill it, I'm just using a 3/4 inch spade bit. I don't have a 3/4 inch drill or a hole saw, so I'm just going to use a spade bit to pop this hole in. There you go, the hole's been drilled. So what we'll do is we'll clean this up with a razor knife, and then we'll go ahead and insert the plug into it. Okay, so here's what we're going to install. Polaris made it nice and easy for us. They gave us a nice connector with a grommet and the appropriate molex connector that's going to plug right into the Axys. And the part number is 2411710. This is about 25 bucks from Polaris. Okay, so what you want to do at this point is you want to feed the molex connector through the hole, and then to make the installation of the grommet easier, just pull the RCA away from the grommet, and then you can push the grommet into the cover, and then once you're done, you'll just feed the RCA back into the grommet, and then it'll be installed. All right. Okay, so we have the cover reinstalled back on the sled. And the electrical connector is right there. Alright, so Polaris made it relatively easy, to get this thing hooked up, in the sense that they provided a connection for that type of plug. There is a bag with a bunch of electrical connectors essentially underneath the console. So what we're going to do is we'll remove both side panels, the hood, and we'll loosen up the screws of the console to get access to the electrical connector bag, and then make the connection, and we'll test it out. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to remove the side panels. The side panels are just held on by a couple quarter turn fasteners and a bungee cord. So go ahead and remove those on both sides, and then go ahead and pop them off. Alright, so once you have the side covers removed, go ahead and remove the hood. The hood is held on by 2 quarter turn fasteners, one on each side, and then you're going to disconnect the electrical harness from the hood, and then you can remove the hood. Alright, so once you have the side panels and the hood removed, you remove those 2 retaining screws that are holding the top of the console down, and those are T40. Alright, so now that you have the screws removed, what you have to do now is remove a series of push pins. There's one right there. Take out your clutch adjustment tool. There's another one right down there. One right there. And there's another one there, and then there's another one on the corresponding side right there. Remove those. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna remove the gas cap and grab a set of channel locks. And what you're gonna do is remove this retaining nut from the fuel filler neck, and then take that off. And then you'll be able to pop the console away from the fuel tank, and then you'll see access on that bag. Okay, with the console removed, we now have access to the bag, and we can see the plug that we're gonna plug into. Polaris made it very easy for everybody. RCA accessory power. We're just gonna make the connection, and then we'll be all set. So why don't we go ahead and make that connection and button everything back up. Alright, so there you go. Like I said, relatively easy install, other than drilling a hole into one of the parts of your sled. Not that big of a deal to install. This kit is about 25 bucks from Polaris, if I didn't mention it before. So there you go. If there's any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and leave them in the comments box. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day. See ya.